You see that the rising price of gas is just another reason for another left-wing policy to solve the problem that the left created.
That's a very Randian take on it, is that the government creates a problem, then the government has to find a solution for it, which creates another problem and exacerbates the first problem. So you need another regulation.
Gas prices skyrocketing across the country. It's gone up an average of 30% nationwide. With some states having gas prices that are exceeding the $3 mark.
It was $45 to fill up my charger this morning. $45, and I'm fairly sure my wife did not put premium in, which she should have. But anyway.
And now a lot of people are quick to just say, oh yeah, this is all Biden's fault. And OPEC came out and they said, look, there's increasing demand for gas, which makes sense. We're coming out of lockdowns, more people are moving around. Yeah. And they haven't increased their supply yet. And so that's why we're seeing what we're seeing now. However, it's causing a lot of people to question, okay, Joe Biden, what are you going to do about this? If gas prices continue to rise, how are you going to handle it? How the Democrats who are in power of the government right now, how are you guys going to deal with this? And essentially, what one expert told the Washington Times was, well, they're actually probably really happy that gas prices are going up. And a lot of their policies going forward will probably be tailored towards keeping those prices high because they want to discourage people from using gas.
It's a sin tax. If you haven't heard that term before, it's a term that's used generally for tobacco and alcohol. And they call them sin taxes because those were things that were viewed as sin, back when we had morals. And those taxes were used to try to discourage use. And so you can essentially, it makes sense because using fossil fuels is sinful to them.
There's all kinds of talks of them imposing taxes and all kinds of other things in order to move people towards more renewable energies, energies that won't be able to sustain us.
4% of the energy grid right now, I think, comes from renewable, and we're spending $100 billion a year on it.
But what is becoming very clear right now is that having high gas prices is not, people don't like that. That is unpopular. And yet, it seems like Democrats going forward, Biden especially among them, since he's our president, they want to lean into this. They want to keep gas prices high. And what I found funny about this, I was going to ask you guys, who do you think this hurts the most? And for me, when I think about, gas prices going up and minimum wage laws going up, the groups who often get hurt the most are minorities. And, black folks that are just trying to get by, they're just trying to make their way through the market. They're trying to, increase their overall equity in terms of the group itself and actually, achieve equality in terms of economic mobility. And this is just one more thing that's going to affect them more, hurt them more, keep them down more than it does whites or Asians or all these other groups. And so,
but that's why we need reparations, Michael.
Exactly.
You see that the rising price of gas is just another reason for another left-wing policy to solve the problem that the left created.
That's a very Randian take on it, is that the government creates a problem, then the government has to find a solution for it, which creates another problem and exacerbates the first problem. So you need another regulation. I was thinking about this question actually from the flip side yesterday. The people who don't feel this, people who walk.
Yes.
A lot of people in cities walk or take public transportation. They don't feel it as badly. People like you. Wretches like you. And people who have drivers.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people in D.C. who walk, take public transportation, or have drivers. People who farm.
Oh, man.
Who, imagine what's going to happen to farm. If you just watch diesel prices, it's unbelievable and how much how much fuel that consumes. And then rice wells, those run, a lot of those are run off of generators, and those cost money. The price of absolutely everything goes up. But the people who are hit hardest are the people who can least afford it, and the people who tend to live in the center of the country.
Rural areas, for sure. And it is obvious. So right now, we can't necessarily put the blame squarely on the Democrats' shoulders. But going forward, we most certainly will be able to if they achieve a lot of things they want to. And This is a winning issue for us. There is no doubt about it. If it comes to the point where it is Democrats responsible for keeping gas prices high, for increasing gas prices even higher, do you think they'll get pressured into backing off a lot of those green policies that they're seeking to push on the rest of us?
Well, that's related to the equilibrium question Andrew was asking. Where is the Democrat Party? How is it balanced right now?
Right.
And I don't know the answer to that. I don't think they will. I think there's enough guys. If they were going to get smart about this, the Green New Deal those words would never have been uttered again after the memo leaked.
True.
But it leaked, and they're still using it. To me, that argues that, hey, they have no problem with prices going up, and they're willing to double down on it.